We have a very special guest with us today in the Gospel Music Today studio. If you're a Southern gospel music fan for any amount of time, you've probably been to a concert promoted by Tulsa's Frank Arnold, and they are excellent concerts, every single one. And Frank Arnold is with us today on Gospel Music Today. Frank, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Now, we want to get into some real important concerts that are coming up, but we want to ask you a little bit about how you got involved in the first place. How did you become involved in promoting Southern gospel concerts?
Well, it started out when I was 16 years old. I started traveling and singing with my family group, my two sisters and myself, my mom and dad, my little brother. I was the oldest of 5 kids, and we started traveling and singing in churches at the age of 16. I did that for several years. When I was 21, I decided that I wanted to be a concert. The bug had bit me, and my mom and dad used to take me to see the Happy Goodman Family and the Statesmen and the Blackwoods and the Rambos and Spears, people like that, and I'd walk by the buses outside and smell that diesel, and it just caught me. And I just loved the sound of Southern gospel music, and so as I got older, not only the sound but the message, I realized how important the message was, and actually now that's my focus, it's all about the message. Mm-hmm. If we lose the message, we've lost the whole reason why we do what we do. But when I was 21 years old, I decided one of my favorite groups was the Hensons. I always loved the Hensons, and so I called the booking agency in Nashville, which was Harper Agency, and booked a group called the Original Hensons, and they came in on a Thursday night. We agreed on an amount, and I sold my tickets for like $250 a piece, and this auditorium seat is 723. It's January the 28th, 1978. And I had no clue what I was doing, but I just got out, put up posters, bought some time on a local radio station, and we had 900 people, standing room only, in the building that night on a Thursday night with snow on the ground. And so from that point, I thought, wow, I want to do this again. So I went to a little place called Pryor, Oklahoma, with a group called the Four Galileans. Nothing against the Four Galileans, but it was a disaster. And so my next one after that was actually at the Mabee Center in Tulsa, Oral Roberts University Mabee Center, and we brought in the Spears, and they brought the Hensons back and had about 1,250 people. So then we went to Oklahoma City to the Music Hall, then Fort Smith, Arkansas, then went to Little Rock, Arkansas. Anyway, over a number of years, I expanded into 9 different states. And at one time, we were doing over 50 concerts a year in 9 states. And so 31 years later, here I am.
Yeah. Now, you put a lot of time and effort and expense into making these concerts look good and sound good. Describe what it looks like at a Frank Arnold concert.
The behind the scenes, we usually arrive at the building at noon. Noon is usually our load-in time, and we back our production truck up to the building, and we start unloading a 24-foot production truck, and it's a nonstop busy day for me from 12 o'clock till basically usually right after midnight. I don't stand still. I'm busy making sure the sound is put up and the sound check's done and the video screens are put up and the stage looks good by the time the doors open, and no messy chords, and I like everything to look neat and very professional, and I've over the years I've had the desire to present the gospel through gospel music, the message of Jesus Christ, and I look at it this way, that we're representing a king, we're representing a royalty, and I believe we need to do our very best to make it professional. And there again, the reason why we got into the sound system stuff, because we wanted to make sure the quality was sound, that would not blast people out of the auditorium. They could hear it, they could feel it, they could understand the words. It'd be very pleasing, but it'd be very professional sounding. And that, because as I said earlier, if you lose the message and the music being too loud or not being able to understand the words, then you've lost the whole reason why we're there.
That's right. That's right. Now let's get on to what's coming up for Frank Arnold Productions. You've got Celebrate Jesus Tour, a major event coming up. Tell us about that.
Well, we kick it off January the 7th, 8th, and 9th in Mobile, Alabama at the Civic Center, downtown Mobile, and we try to go to the south in the wintertime so all the people living up north can come down in some warm weather and spend some time around the coast and enjoy great gospel music. And we've got a 3-day event with Jeff and Sherry and Gold City and Tally Trio, the Hoppers and Guy Penrod and there's a jam pack full of top quality groups 3 nights in Mobile, Alabama. Then the next weekend we go to Monroe, Louisiana, the 15th and 16th of January. And same again, we have Guy Penrod, Jeff and Sherry, Gold City, McCamey's, Hoppers, Dove Brothers, Brian Farina Assurance, Triumphant Quartet, 2 nights there. Then the next weekend we go to Houston, Texas on Friday night on the 23rd, on 22nd of January, and 23rd we'll be in Yukon, Oklahoma, right outside Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. Then we skip a weekend, and we do Fort Smith, Arkansas, and Abilene, Texas. Skip 2 weekends, and we go to Owensboro, Kentucky. So we've got a very busy upcoming tour, and Celebrate Jesus is the name of our tour this year. And of course, we've got Winterfest, which is an event, Singfest, which is an event, and Songfest in summer in Jackson, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. But the theme for this year is Celebrate Jesus, and I just had a stirring in my heart that prayer has been taken out of so many different things, and the name of Jesus has been taken out of so many different things that I think we need to celebrate the name of Jesus.
That's right.
So that's the theme of our tour this year.
That's right. Now, you always have the top names in Southern gospel music, but now you've added Guy Penrod to the mm-hmm. mix, and that's a big deal. How did that come about?
Well, Guy Penrod, when I heard that he was leaving Gaither back in December of last year, I waited till about, I guess it was February or March, and I gave him a call, and he answered his cell phone. I said, Guy, this is Frank Arnold in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we've met before on the Gaither tapings, and I've met him a couple of times, but I know he's met thousands of people, so he wasn't sure if he remembered me or not, but he said, yeah, I remember you. He said, right now I just haven't decided what I want to do. I'm just praying about it, and I shared that with him that I wanted to invite him to be a part of our tour coming up. And he said, well, let me pray about it, think about it. I'm trying to decide exactly what my future holds. And so that was like in March or April, I believe, first of the year. And I called him back in the summer, and he said, well, I think I'm going to start doing some dates, and I'm just still not sure exactly when I'm going to start. I'm working on a recording project right now. So I said, I'll get back to you later. Then a friend of mine was actually going to be in Branson at a concert where he was going to actually do a concert by himself. And I called him, and he said, yeah, I'm going to try this one night just to see what happens. He said, I'm just test the waters. So he did his opening concert, first concert booked for us for Branson, Missouri back in August. Yeah. And I went up there, and we sat on the sidewalk at Starbucks, and we sat there that morning and talked about his future and what he's going to do. And I told him what I was interested in, and now we've got several dates on him for next year, and working a tour with him for 20 cities next year. So excited about that.
Give us the Frank Arnold website again.
FrankArnoldPresents.com.
And Celebrate Jesus Tour starts
January the 7th, 8th, and 9th in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay, and travels all over the world.
That's right.
All over this part
That's
of the world.
right.
Well, Frank, it's been a great pleasure to have you on Gospel Music today. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
There's more coming up on Gospel Music Today.